Hi everyone. What have you learned from our previous classes? Yes, by our some previous classes, we have studied about HTML5 elements. We understand that HTML5 elements are grouped into some categories. They are formatting elements, list elements, table elements, form elements, structural elements, metadata elements, scripting elements, and embedded content elements. By our previous classes, we have studied about formatting elements, list elements, table elements, and form elements. Now, we are going to discuss about remaining elements, structural, metadata, scripting, and embedded content elements. Firstly, we are moving on to structural elements. Structural elements. Structural elements are a group of HTML elements that are used to organize page content to give the documents more structure. Important structural elements are body element. It defines the document's body. BR element. It produces a single line break. Div element. It specifies a division or a section in a document. Span element. It defines an inline styleless section in a document. Head element. It defines the head portion of the document that contains information about the document. Header. It represents the header of a document or a section. Footer. It represents the footer of a document or a section. P element. It defines a paragraph. Summary element. It defines a summary for the details element. HTML element. It defines the root of an HTML document. Section. It defines a section of a document such as header, footer, etc. HR element. It produces a horizontal line. Nav element. It defines a section of a navigation links. And H1 to H6 elements. It defines HTML headings from H1 to H6. Next category of elements are metadata elements. Metadata elements. What is metadata? Metadata is a data or information about data. HTML lets you specify metadata, that is additional information about a document in a variety of ways. Metadata will not be displayed on the page. They are used to specify page description, keywords, order of the content, last modified, and other metadata. Metadata can be used by browsers, that is how to display content or reload page, search engines, that is keywords, or other web services. Important metadata elements are base. It defines the base URL for all linked objects on a page. Link. It defines the relationship between the current document and an external resource. Meta. It provides structured metadata about the document content. Style. It inserts style information, that is CSS, into the head of a document. Title. It defines a title for the document. Next category of elements are scripting elements. Scripting elements. The HTML scripting elements are used to embed or reference executable code, typically JavaScript code. The following HTML elements are used to embed executable scripts or reference in your web page. Which one is script? It places script in the document for client-side processing. And next one is no script. It defines alternative content to display when the browser doesn't support scripting. And the last category of HTML5 elements are embedded content elements. What are embedded content elements? Okay, you can check in detail. Embedded content elements. The HTML embedded content elements are used for embedding external applications or interactive contents into HTML documents. The following HTML elements are used to embed external application or interactive content in your web page. Area element. It defines a specific area within an image map. Audio element. It embeds a sound or an audio string in an HTML document. Embed element. It embeds external application, typically multimedia content like audio or video, into an HTML document. Fig caption. It defines a caption or legend for a figure. Frame. It defines a single frame within a frame set. Frame set. It defines a collection of frames or other frame set. IMG element. It displays an inline image. Map defines a client-side image map. No frames. It defines an alternate content that displays in browsers that do not support frames. Object defines an embedded object. Param. It defines a parameter for an object or applet element. Source. It defines alternative media resources for the media elements like audio or video. Time. It represents a time and or a date. Video. It embeds video content in an HTML document. Now, we are studied about all the HTML5 elements in details. I hope all of you understand it very well. Types of HTML5 attributes. We have already studied about attributes. What are attributes? They are additional values that configure the elements or adjust their behavior. HTML attributes generally appear as name-value pairs, and they are separated by equal to and are written within the start tag of an element after the element's name. The value may be enclosed in single or double quotes. In HTML, these attributes are generally categorized into 4 groups. They are required attributes, optional attributes, standard or global attributes, and event attributes. First one is required attributes. Required attributes. What is the meaning of the word required? Yes, it is compulsory. Therefore, these attributes are necessary for an element. And it is element specific. It is not applied to other elements. That means it is not applicable to all elements. Some attributes are specific for such elements that are not applied to other elements. Examples: calls rows. That attributes specific to the text area element. For attribute, it is specific to the label. SRC for IMG element. These attributes are necessary for the following elements: next one is optional attributes. Optional means it's not compulsory, not necessary to an element. That means these attributes is not necessary to an element. If it is these attributes, these type of attributes not specified into an element, the element work properly. It's also element specific. Examples: name, row span. Row span is not compulsory to TD and TH. If we are need merging of two rows or columns, we can use row spans, col span to TD and TH. Otherwise, it is not necessary. Start attribute of oil. If the oil tag needs a starting attribute, then we use start attribute. Otherwise, it is not necessary. Okay. Next category of attributes are standard or global attributes. These attributes are common to all elements. Example, lang, dir, etc. If we are set the lang attribute of HTML as ENG, then whole document content appeared in English language. If we are set dir attribute of the HTML element with the value RTL, that means right to left, all the contents appeared as right to left alignment. Therefore, it known as the global attributes. Last category of attributes are event attributes. Event attributes are global. They are all prefixed with on text. That means start with on. It can be applied to the most of the elements for the execution of JavaScript. Event attributes are on load, on unload, on error, that are categorized into window events. On submit, on blur, on change, on select. They are categorized into form events. On click, on drag, on mouse over. These attributes are available under mouse events. On key press, on key up, etc. They are available under the keyboard events. On copy, on paste, etc. They are available under clipboard events. On play, on pause, on waiting, etc. These attributes are available under media events. I hope all of you understand about the type of attributes available in HTML5. They are categorized into 4 groups: required attributes, optional attributes, global or standard attributes, and event attributes. These all attributes are used for giving additional information to an element. Thank you.